Hey everybody, I'm back! I've been gone for a couple years, but I'm back to fire off blue light control now that my kid is almost 4 years old. Oh man, it's been too long. Anyway, let's go see the deck and get in some games. All right, so I figured we start off with a classic, my favorite, blue white control. I do have some pretty gnarly brews queued up for later on after I've posted a couple more videos, but I figured if I'm back, I gotta go with the channel's classic, my favorite, Azorius Control. I should note that this deck is based on a list that Daniel Fournier brought to SCG Con. Big props on that one. He did really, really well until like the last few rounds. But his version of the deck was like hyper tuned for that particular competitive environment. And so this one, I made some tweaks to better address like the field at large that you see on Arena. With that being said, the change of the standard season or the rank reset at the end of August was actually kind of kind in terms of be able to see different deck diversity when I'm playing. And by that I mean that like in the Diamond and Mythic I was just getting VV constantly as my matches. And those decks are kind of fun to play against. It's part of what I sort of, leaned into this version to go against. And honestly, at those levels, Daniel Fournier's list is probably the better one, just the way he played it. But being punched back down to platinum because of just the monthly reset means I get to see at least some other deck lists when I'm playing. So keep that in mind depending on where you're at. Your sort of individual metagame may vary as a result of that. I'll also note that this deck in paper, I love playing it. It's really good. But again, the matches against the VV Cauldron deck grind like crazy. So if you're going to an RCQ, this one might be difficult without a chess clock, since you're both sharing a single clock to get the whole match done. Your mileage may vary. That all being said, I do think that this is a great deck, and I do think that when VV gets banned, because it is now a when, not an if, as far as I'm concerned, this will continue to get better. Mono red is not an easy matchup for it, but like we are generally favored, especially post board, and so I think that the archetype as a whole is solid. The mana doesn't have a shock land in it yet, but even with that, the mana base is fine. I have not really had too many complaints about it as far as standard mana bases go. But let's talk about some of the key decisions of the deck. I don't want to go over every single card in great detail. You'll see that the mana base is pretty typical. I guess the sideboard is covering up the exact composition of these lands here, but we've got basics. I put in there's 4 of each of the Verges and Meticulous Archive, that's a Surveil land, and 2 Restless Anchorage. I put in 1 Mistrise Village out of deference to the control mirror. There are some of the times where just having this on the board as a way to force a spell through can really make a difference in those matchups. So there's 1 fewer island than I would normally run, at a deference to that. I'm running 3 Fountain Port and 2 Fabled Passage. I know that everyone has different opinions on Fabled Passage and Blue Eye Control, but I think as a way to sort of select for different basics, it's pretty good. And with the Sunspine links being more common in the red decks nowadays, being able to pick your colors but still play plenty of basics is relevant here. So that was kind of what I was going there, where it's a pseudo dual-ish land that doesn't necessarily increase the amount of damage you take from the links. The counterspell package, half of it is completely normal. The other half is Annul and Essence Scatter. And this is something that I picked up from Fournier's list. where a null just hits so much of the field, especially against VV Soul Cauldron, but it also snags FOMOs. It's a strictly better uh, offer you can't refuse against the artifacts deck. Like, I love having the main deck a null. I know Daniel ran 2 of them main deck, and I think that is the correct decision if you're facing like a ton of VV and artifacts. But against a broader field, I go with 1. So, again, the biggest thing about control, if when you're learning to play this, is to make your decisions not based on like one specific deck that someone brought to a specific tournament, but to like evaluate what you're seeing and like adjust your toolkit appropriately. And so this is kind of where I've landed, and you'll have to sort of assess with your local scene, what kind of tournament you're going to, whether you're on where you are on the ladder, all these things. But for what I've been seeing, 1 annul and 2 essence scatters are really efficient ways to sort of get ahead against a lot of these decks. The essence scatter also really helpful now that Teamer Battle Crier is sort of on the uptick on the ladder. That's really, really, really good. We've got 3 seam rips. They're great when they're great. They're terrible when they're not. So 3 is fine to make sure we, see it in the early game, but hopefully don't get flooded with them in the late game. Get Lost is good all the time, as far as I'm concerned. You might ask, well, what about the maps you give them? Kill all their creatures, the maps don't matter. Anyway, the split of Consult the Star Charts and Stock Up is kind of up to personal taste. I usually keep 6 copies of strictly card advantage spells in the deck, and Stock Up obviously is much more consistent. It's always 1.5 mana per card you get, but it does eat your turn 3 if you want to play it on curve, and that can be a challenge when we're trying to do so much instant speed. And so Consult the Star Charts is 2 mana per card you pull. It's really not until turn 5 that it even sort of emulates Stock Up effectively. Cue the Omni-Man meme here, right? But being able to play it at instant speed, sometimes being able to do it at 2 mana, just kind of like try to sneak out an answer to something like, you've got 4 mana and you want to try to find an essence scatter, in response to something. You do it for 2 mana, look at 4, grab an essence scatter, and then cast it. Like, it is flexible enough that I personally like having 4 Consult the Star Charts. I've done 3 and 3. I've done the split the other way. And everyone's going to have different opinions on this, but like, I much prefer to do my card advantage spells on my opponent's turn when I have the possibility to. Same thing like Meringue River Regents, Omen side kind of fits that same sort of bill where, if I can even just represent removal spell virtually, whether by just holding the mana or potentially snagging one off the top of my deck at instant speed, it gives me more flexibility to know what I'm looking for and not go shields down quite so often. The Wrath package, I think you should have 5 or 6 Wraths. I'm not running Pinnacle Star Cage because it's blank against a lot of the format. Like, when it's good, it's incredible. But it also is a non-bow with Ultima, and Ultima is basically an I win card against the blue-white artifacts deck. So being able to have this in there, like, the Pinnacle Star Cage also has like the late game, make a bunch of tokens. That's really great. But like, Pinnacle Star Cage also does its best work against slurping up tokens. So I've played decks with a ton of those, and I've since kind of cooled down on it. That will change if the format becomes dominated by like low to the ground aggro. But Split Up is the other one that's potentially really interesting here, but at 3 mana, Split Up is phenomenal, except when you can't cleanly answer the whole board. And so for the sake of consistency, 4 Day of Judgment is my favorite there, with the Ultima as the 5th to occasionally just sweep up a bunch of unwanted artifacts on my opponent's board. I'll sometimes cut this if I'm playing against decks that don't have a lot of artifacts. and I don't usually feel too bad about that lost spot. Elspeth, doubling tokens. We have a lot of things that make tokens. Fountain Port, you see the Overlord. There's Biza in the sideboard. Voice of Victory. All of these things benefit from having a casual Elspeth on the board. And she's also a removal spell for the things that Seam Rip can't hit if you really need that. And so the number of times that I've used her to just snag a Screaming Nemesis without triggering it is worthwhile. And then 2 River Regents, 2 Overlords. If you're in a really burn heavy meta, and I think running the main deck Biza is fine here, but Overlord is really good against the blue-black decks. It's really solid in the control mirror, and it also does work against the VV decks where like Steam Core Scholar sometimes is just enough to get you, whereas making some flyers on a regular basis is good, and like being able to get some value on it from it on turn 4 and then have it eventually turn on, a few turns later. I never really feel bad about having Overlord in the deck. 2 versus 3 Meringue River Regents, pick your poison. I like this split because like when the River Regent's good, it's great. When it's not good, it's just a kind of mid draw spell. But the flexibility of it means that I love having 2 copies of it. Sideboard, Elspeth Spite against the low to the ground aggro decks. Love it against Dimir. Love it against anything that is running the enduring cards. So Curiosity, the not ideal. The one that draws cards when little things enter, because it exiles when they kill, or it is killed. So especially with the Enduring Curiosity, it means that it doesn't just come back as an enchantment. So that's great. Exercise as a way to answer some things at sorcery speed, but very flexibly against the artifacts deck, and also Temur Battlecrier. Love it. Rest in Peace. I've got 3 in here because VV's a thing, and as much as VV is the problem, it goes real hard with Agath's Soul Cauldron. And so Rest in Peace makes it so them losing their VVs isn't basically just free value. So makes them think twice about dumping it in the trash. Voice of Victory against Control, and to the, so Esper Flash, to a certain degree, the Dimir decks. I love it. It gives us a sort of, forces our opponent to play at sorcery speed for as long as the voice is out there, and also gives us a way to start chipping damage in early game. There are a non-trivial number of games that I've just won by sort of leaving up a bunch of mana and riding a Voice of Victory to the end. Don't sleep on this Bard. 2 negates. I tried Offer You Can't Refuse. Giving them the treasure can be problematic. I do kind of go back and forth on these, kind of depending on what I'm looking at. But having a way to just negate some more non-creature spells is great. Clarion Conqueror. This is not always amazing, but I think against a broader field, there are enough activated abilities out of like the artifact deck and some of the other things where being able to turn those off is really good. And also it's just a big fire to beat down with, and nothing wrong with that. Tishana's turns off a lot of triggered abilities, and then against a lot of the field that is important for us, it then keeps them turned off. And I think that's really useful, especially, when, someone tries to go and activate an ability and you can just, nope it. That's pretty good. And I keep 1 Biza in the sideboard. Biza, I don't know, even against the mono red decks, it's kind of, it's not always amazing, but it is good enough that like having 1 in the sideboard can sort of edge things out. Anyway, I've rambled enough. I will go ahead and start jamming some games. I'm probably going to cherry pick some of these if I run into too much VV, but it does have a positive enough record against it that I'm still pretty confident in the deck. I'm not here to convince you that this is better than it is, but I do want to make sure that the video is entertaining at the end. So if you are in any way feeling like these are cherry picked, that'll be what's going on there. But this is a solid pick if Control's your thing. Whether or not this is the best pick if you're going to an RCQ in a current Vivi world is, a bit tough, but you got to play what you're best at, and this is what I'm best at. So let's get to it. See you in the games. All right. Lord Ball, standard bearer. Let's see what you got, buddy. All right, we win that dice roll. Always a good way to start it. 4 lands, counters, stock up. This isn't my favorite sort of opener, but like, you know, we can smooth out our early draw. Flood Farm is turned on. Should be able to play pretty much anything we cast. I think this is a fine enough set. I think it's better than going to 6. Let's go ahead and see what our next draw is. I actually will keep another No More Lies, like begin a game. Oh, geez. Is this artifacts or the mirror? Because that will tell how. Oh, never mind. Oh, this is. I mean, there is like the Jeskai Shiko deck that is kind of popular, but this also could be the 4-color control deck. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Some of the artifact decks are also running red mana for I can't remember what, but it could still be that. I want to run out the stock up, but we are not in any hurry, and we have a lot of things to say no to. And if we wait a little bit, then we can do a lot of ones. Mystic Monastery. Okay. Maybe it is just Jeskai. Alright, we'll see. I'm not fully confident in what my opponent is doing. But I'm being completely honest. My mana's doing fine. I'm going to grab another island. Maybe it should have been funds. Oh well. And my turn. Another Restless Anchorage is actually pretty solid. I'm going to play the island though, because I do want to stock up and be able to leave up a counterspell. Alright. Mistrise is going to be very good in this matchup. And, well, I see. We still don't know what our opponent's doing. And then I think Overlord, because as my mantra apparently has been recently, we do have to win the game someday. Okay. Love drawing and go. We'll wait a little bit. Just, we're currently, sitting in that game of who shoots first. And I do not want it to be me. The Mistrise Village in this deck, because it can't ever come in untapped, is tough, but I do like it. This I will happily send that Meringue Reader to exile and keep you from smoothing out your draws. And now we still got, No More Lies and an Essence Scatter. Who knows if that'll be, useful here, but opponent misses a land drop. Do I want to do a mini consult? Maybe. This isn't the most mana efficient because we only get 1 card off of it, but I think we need to start getting more action, even if it's just 1 card. If they blow a counterspell here, then I feel fine. Okay, they are tapped out, so I don't even need to fire the Mistrise. So I'm going to Restless Anchorage, and then Overlord lets me leave up another counterspell. I think that was our opponent going shields down a little bit too aggressively, but we shall see. Again, it's kind of like a gunslinger match when you're in these duels. Oh, it is the 4-color control. They just hadn't gotten their black source. Okay. 1 damage to each creature. They've got enough mana to say no. Alright. Fine. They did it. I love the 4-color control deck. I don't think that it is amazing right now, but I do think it is a really fun deck. That counts for something. I will definitely keep it 3 steps ahead on top. Question now is, do I get frisky with a Restless Anchorage? So Restless Anchorage, I'd still have 3 mana up. If they have so many things that they can use to kill it at instant speed, and then I just kind of lose out. So I think I'm gonna wait. We're not in a hurry. The thing about the four-color control deck is that there are things like inevitable defeat and whatnot. They need there are like that the Jeskai Revelation or whatever it is. They are really great cards, and they do a lot to sort of like make the board so much less even. But they need targets, and so the game that we're playing here is how many targets do we give them, and like turning on Restless Anchorage just to have it get blown up leaves us down a land and a bunch of life. And I don't love that, especially since the inevitable defeat can't be countered. So I will just ride this out. We're basically just, we're just riding this wave until we can get some more answers. Like, now that they have their black mana out, the Overlord might not ever get to attack, but once again, I will say no more lies to that. Yeah, because like the Overlord is nice in that. Oh, well then. Yeah, I will fight them on this. So these no more lies are going to be decreasingly valuable, and so just keeping them from being able to use them effectively while we still have other interaction is kind of goal number one right now. I don't love that I now can't do the 5-mana version of 3 Steps Ahead, but looks like maybe I'm not going to get punished for that, so we'll see. Ultima sometimes is helpful here because eventually they do play threats, so let's go ahead and just pass. We'll see if they've got the inevitable defeat for the Overlord. That'll be... Yep, okay, so they did have it. Why they waited to this point, we'll see, but yeah, since it can't be countered, I kind of just have to take it. Yeah, that is a challenge of this deck, is that, like, you got to be careful about just giving them targets. They shocked in the Foundry. What are they planning here? I mean, they also have to have the inevitable defeats, so that is a challenge. Now here, we could force through the Elspeth with the Mistrise Village. That would basically be going shields down. Their only real answer, the real answers for that are Get Lost, which I could counter, Inevitable Defeat, which I couldn't. If I do that, I at least am guaranteed to get down a couple soldiers, so I think give that a shot. I know I'm firing off, the spell kind of recklessly, but gotta give it a shot. I love Mistrise Village. It's such a good land. Okay. If they had the inevitable defeat, I think they would have used it at instant speed there to prevent me from getting a second token. Oh, never mind. Okay, the Jeskai Revelation, like that is the one that I can counter, and it is also a house. But yeah, that's why they put the Sacred Foundry up. It's fine. I can still recast Elspeth. I'll make them burn a spell here. Why not? Like the fact that it has prowess means that it's not a 1-for-1, but it's fine. So, the question is, do I Mistrise the Elspeth again? I think the answer to that is yes. It's like, again, okay. They've got 5 cards. Gotta hope. My blade descends. Soldier, Seam Rip isn't good for much. Neither is 1 mana, so I may as well try and slurp up one of these monks. That was a weird sentence. I wish I hadn't said that. I'm thinking hard about something. Do they have another Jeskai Revelation? That's, I mean, I guess it got to draw a few cards, but like, they're really defending the crap out of those monks. I definitely agree with them using the draw mode on 3 steps ahead while I'm shields down, but, you know, I am a little bit lower on life than I think I realized, so I'll happily, like, if they want to try to extra on me, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's rough. Don't love that. Alright, let's go ahead and stock up. Right. 3 steps and, I think, Overlord? Let's say it together. Gotta win the game eventually. I don't think I'm interested in going shields down this turn, especially since I can spree the 3 steps ahead. Let's just go see what we can do. These monks are going to hurt no matter what. Ditching an Ultima. That's reasonable. Hope I don't get punished too hard for just taking this. Looks like they're not. They're not going to, so there's that. Just gonna pass. River region is interesting, but that requires me to go a little further down in mana than I'd like. The Overlord is probably fine. Lets me leave up 3 steps ahead without the card draw mode. Could just Day of Judgment, kind of in a similar situation. I don't know. Ooh, the hat's coming off, boys. Boys and girls. They got a counter. They got a counter. Make them have it. Fortunately, this is my only other Overlord. We still have an Elspeth and another river region, so... I mean, either way, we're spending 3 mana if we want to push this through, so... I think doing it without spending a spell is probably the right call. Probably have another, otherwise I wouldn't have done that. Okay. I mean, I assume they have some answer, and them tapping me down is worth it. I probably should have mapped there just to try to rip a land, but c'est la vie. There's a lot to keep track of in this game. If you haven't noticed, Magic is a very complicated game. If they want to try to cast 2 spells to get me past this, then fine. I will trade those off because I'm at 10 life. Alright. Do I want to keep a Get Lost? I think I do. So I've got 8 mana up. I can heal up 4 if I attack with the Wrestling Courage. Again, the risk is that they just nuke it from orbit, but I've got to apply some pressure. They have it, they have it. Get Lost. I can 3 steps this. Got 2 cards left. I don't love it, but I will do it. They didn't make very good use of their counter turn last round, so okay. They've got another. We are inside of combat. I'll focus mana because it's the right thing to do, but I don't think it actually matters. Alright. I mean, that's the risk. But now, I mean, we ate 2 cards from them. We still have a creature land. Like, we're okay. Yeah. That's a big fat consult. Don't love seeing that. They're going to get to Yeah, they're literally looking at a third of their deck. If they don't pull exactly what they need, I'm a monkey's uncle. Okay, they're going to look through the next half of their deck. Okay. Like, yeah. I mean, they have to imagine they've got plenty of cards left to play, right? Right. I mean, do I turn on the Restless Anchorage? I think at this point, I'm just playing the defense because they had to have pulled 3 of their best cards, right? But then also they're tapped pretty low right now. Like if I turn on the Anchorage and they Lightning Helix it, then that really isn't great. So I don't think I turn on the second Anchorage right now because like that would be a blowout. I think I just sit. Like if they got the inevitable defeat, they've got the inevitable. Like there's only so much I'm gonna be able to do about that. Like I want this Overlord to be able to attack, but also where are my Fountain Ports? Like those would really shore this up too. Somewhere. I might just like meringue to draw at this point because like they've seen so much of their deck. Like if they don't have answers, I don't know what the heck they're doing. If they don't untap land, maybe just because they've got enough life to justify it. I don't know, but let's go ahead and meringue. Wow. Okay. Get Lost Tribal apparently. Think I snap off Essence Scatter. I don't imagine they're really relying on creatures at this point. I could be wrong. And then do I do a little consulting while I'm here? I don't think I can go away reveal cards. How much mana? I do have enough mana to kick it. They counter it, they counter it. Whatever. Okay, inevitable defeat I couldn't counter anyway, so oh well. They're looking at the maps. Stop. Alright, that's second inevitable defeat. Oh. Okay. That was pretty good. There's a Fountain Port that it's probably a little too late, honestly. But this does not have a lot of good stuff in it, so I guess I'll take another 3 steps ahead and turn into Hope and Pray mode. Play that Fountain Port. And then I think here just Wrath and Pray. There are a lot of things that kill us here, so man, this is why I love the 4-color control deck. It is so greedy, but like it is so good. How do they not have what they need at this point? I'm gonna let them have it because like I just have to answer the things they get at this point. Like they will have seen their whole deck with Consult of Heart Star charts over the past like 2 turns. So if they don't have what they need, they're not getting it. I mean, I'm dead to any of their burn spells anyway, right? Because yeah, inevitable defeat deals 3 damage, so I may as well make a fish. Like, unless they're... Oh yeah, okay, they had it anyway. Well, I guess the argument there, they could have left a counter spell, but... yeah, anyway. Voice of Victory is really good in this one. Negates are probably going to be better than Null and Essence Scatter. Rest in Peace is probably not relevant there. They do enough damage that actually Biza's pretty okay, like as far as things go. Like in the control matchup, we're trying to shore up threats and whatnot. Seamrip is, I mean, it's okay in the sense that their revelations make them some targets, but like that's not something I love playing toward. I think I go down all 3 Seamrips and actually Ultima as well, since they're not really rocking enough artifacts for me to care about it, and then bring in the Tidebinders. This can turn off some of their lands. It can counter if they've got their own Elspeths or Overlords, like there's if nothing else, it's a 3/2 flash creature, and being able to turn off some of these things is worthwhile. Whew. That was a sad one to lose. Like I feel like we were doing just fine, but in the end, like, you know, the inevitable defeats are tough to play around. This is not great. We're going to be playing Draw Go enough that, like, between No More Lies and Consult, probably get where we need to go. We've got Visa to maybe short some brings up. I don't love it. Definitely do not love it. I think I got to go to 6 here. Like, this just does not do quite enough against their deck. Like, maybe the Get Lost get there, but, like, I like this. I don't want to say better, but I certainly like it better than going to 5. Oh well. Of the 4-drops, I think Visa is the less impactful. I brought it in here kind of out of respect to their drain, but the Overlord is just better. Drop the Flood Farm because it doesn't really matter. And pass. All right. Well, they'll probably have answers, but Voice of Victory is basically what we would play on turn 2, so. This is white, so I can play yet. Go ahead and start chipping away. I wish that this was a real counter spell, but yeah, can't have it all. Forcing them to play at sorcery speed for at least a minute is fine by me. Alright, now their Sunbillow Verge produces red. That's neat. Okay. This could absolutely go worse. Go ahead and keep barding them. Bard them for 3. And then I could just jam the Overlord while they can't do anything about it. The alternative is Meringue, because like, what am I really doing on their turn? I could draw with Meringue River Regent. That's probably the answer. The Overlord makes them fight now. I think I'm going to try to do this from a position of power. Like either me threatening a counterspell isn't really going to accomplish much, but this puts the pressure on them to start having an answer. I mean, the fire magic could be that just fine, but since they're being forced to play at sorcery speed for a minute, like, may as well take advantage of that and then draw with the Meringue River Region later. Like, the Tishana's Tidebinder is kind of mid here, but, you know, is what it is. Ugh, not getting a land sucks. Gotta be the beatdown. While they don't have black mana. That is basically it. Question is, do I Meringue now while they can't counter it, try to get a land? I think the answer to that is yes. I don't have a counter that can stop a kill spell anyway. I'm going to pitch Get Lost here. This probably might be the wrong answer, but that's as good, close to good as I'm going to get. I'll keep Consult. What I like about this position is that, like, they have to answer a lot of things, and they can answer a lot of things, but, like, okay, Fire Magic doesn't get rid of the voice, so that's fine enough. Let's go to combat. Now they have black mana, though, so inevitable defeat could be coming. I think I will still Consult at instant speed. Like, the Tishana's Tidebinder could still just be our 3 way to deal some more damage. Like, if they tap out here to try to kill this, like that, then Tishana's could be solid. They gain 3 life, so it's not amazing, but so the thing is, do I Tishana's and do a little Consult, or because this is just being a 3/2. Let's do the little consult and then decide. Get one. Do I stock up or Meringue River? I guess stock up, since I'm not really doing much next turn. I'm not just putting this out as an attacker. Yeah, they've got a way to kill it, but just gotta put them to the test. There are moments like this where I wish I ran Demolition Fields here, because they run virtually no basics. I don't know that they have basic swamps, and so like if I could like nuke that shadowy back street, then life would be a lot easier. They got something. They clearly have something. They're thinking very hard about what that something is going to be, though. 4-color control that, because again, all the random life gain is good. Okay, there you go. That's fine. I mean, fine's a strong word, but it'll happen. 3 steps ahead definitely is one of the cards I pick. The question is, do I grab another Tishana's or an island? Gotta keep fighting. Like, missing a land drop, not great, but I can leave up both, so we'll see. They got inevitable defeat, then there's only so much I can do about that, no matter what. Tapped Foundry. Yeah, no. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. That is a very good magic card. A very good magical card indeed. But now, hey, we ripped 2 of them out, so. And they are low here. I feel like it's 6 lands, so if they do have another No More Lies, then I'm kind of out of luck. So, force them out. Let's attack. See what they don't do anything there. It doesn't trigger, stop. It doesn't mean they don't have No More Lies. I guess I just keep making them have it. I don't feel great about this, so if anyone wants to tell me that this is wrong, I am inclined to agree. If they have the 3rd inevitable defeat, then I guess that's just what happens. They could have Jeskai Revelation, but that I'm slightly less worried about. Okay. There are worse things that could have happened. This here, I'm still. Where are my fountain ports, man? Create a couple tokens. We'll take a little stocking up. Voice of Victory is very good, as is Fountain Port. I think I played along this turn, unfortunately. I should have done that differently. As much as I want to run out the Voice of Victory right now, it's more impactful if I can do it next turn anyway. And this way I can leave up 3 steps ahead. Still only have 1 black source. If I had a Demolition Field, I've gone back and forth on running that card, so sometimes Let us fight about this, sir. Voice of Victory plus Elspeth is nuts. Let's be real. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. This is a situation where No More Lies can get it, so I'm going to do that. Yes. Fantastic. 0 Elspeth. Make a chonky. And this is great. I leave up 3 steps ahead, and then Fountain Port will make a bunch of fish. I haven't won this game yet, but I do feel really good about it. No. That should be a scoop, right? At least they're letting me play it out there. Okay. We didn't get skunked. That counts for something. That absolutely counts for something. Do I want to run anything differently? I think that is about as good as it's going to get. Yeah, let's give it another go. You know, they run at least 2 inevitable defeats. Yeah. Did we see 3 of them in the first game? I think we saw 3 of them in the first game. But they probably run a place. It's like it's the reason to run the black mana because it is really good against a lot of decks. It's part of the reason that like I've been toying around with like a Jeskai control deck that isn't quite there yet, but running Sunspine Links is pretty good because like the main reason that the Vorcolor control deck struggles is because of Vivi. Everything struggles because of Vivi, but then like the mana base just ends up messing them up so hard. This is not my favorite, especially on the draw. I think we can do better on a mulligan because, like, you know, here we've got our mana, but like, they're not going to get us anything to get lost in the early turns. Like, this is honestly something that probably should be cut in this, but like, we just don't have enough to bring in. Maybe the Clearing Conquerors, I don't know, but we're just basically praying for this Consult to be good. So I think going to 6, and that did not pay off. Problem is that this means we are not producing blue mana natively, so literally none of this is castable. But it's worth going to 5. Like, this is... I think that this is a huge risk and doesn't actually do enough. I don't love going to 5 ever. Don't love going to 5 here, but I do think it's the right call. Oh. Yep, we lost this one. Yep. Yep. All right. That's about the best thing we could have hoped for on the first turn draw. Make him have it again? All right. Yeah, they can't. Well. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. What else was I gonna make him do? Let's main phase mini consult find a land, and we did not. Better than drawing those cards for the next 2 turns, I guess. But, hey, nice. There's a land. It's not untapped, but it is a land. I'll kill yours too, I guess. Since I'm not fooling anybody, I will go ahead and turn this into an island while I got the chance. Their mana is looking... Give us a land drop. Not just out of this. I don't think I can justify going shields down, though, can I? Yeah, as much as I want to stock up, I think I gotta leave up answers. Yeah, this is a tough matchup. This is... Like, I still think that I still think that blue-white is the better meta call in general, like, but they don't make it easy on us. They've probably got a counter here, but oh no, okay, that could have gone worse. I need to get a land at minimum, and well, that's a good land. So I'll take that. And another 3 steps gives me interaction. I think I'm fine on that front because, like, Meringue, more importantly, is draw 3. I think I kind of need that. Alright, maybe we're not out of this yet. Ooh, I missed another land drop. Okay. Okay, this is not over yet. I do not mind where we're at. This has been a very long match. Holy mackerel. I don't even know if I can keep this in the video because it's so long. Okay. They got gas now. I think I'm just on Team Ride Fish. This will give them an opportunity to do things, I guess, but if I can even just map it to purple land, then okay, well, yeah. Since I got a Fabled Passage, this is, I mean, at the end of the day, if they're gonna kill it, they're gonna kill it. Right. Got a free land. I'm not gonna map again because I want to potentially do the 5 mana version of 3 Steps Ahead if the opportunity presents itself. Worst case scenario, I still just make fish. Like, our opponent missing 3 land drops is about the best thing that could have happened to us on that multi-5. Like, this has gone swimmingly. We're not out of the woods by any means, but this has gone about as well as I could have hoped. I mean, they fire magic us, and then suddenly this is looking much gnarlier. Oh, Restless Anchorage, I like it. Alright, attempts. We'll still need to discard it end of turn, but it happens. Alright, I'm just gonna pass, and No More Lies is actually solid here. Lightning Helix, since I'm gonna have to discard anyway, I may as well keep the pressure on. The thing that is a challenge here is that this does cut me off of being able to cast 3 Steps Ahead, but got negate, so I think it's fine. Yeah, lands, right? I think here I just ride it out. I somehow am in the driver's seat. See what they got. Then Fabled Passage, pass a turn. I don't think it really matters what color I get from that. Hey, they got their land. They got it. I always feel like people interpret my emotes rudely, so hopefully they are assuming positive intent. I'm going to go ahead and insult here. If they want to counter it, fine. I like Elspeth, and I like... We're getting to the point where the No More Lies are starting to become a little bit less useful, but another Fountain Port is just fine. And then, can't... Oh, yeah, I can make Fish. I just gotta Fabled Passage first. Get an island. And make Fish. Look, I bolted myself for you. You didn't have to do anything. It's all good. Show me what you got. I mean, I know they have fire magic, and so unless they side it out, like, the fish only do so much, but let's see what they choose to do. Their inevitable defeating a fish. Oh my god. Alright, LFG baby, LFG, because they just tapped out, and that is just fine. I mean, I still am not in a great position, but now they at least have to like fire on me instead of Firaga, or just fire, but I wish I had made the auto tapper not leave up 2 Fountain Port, but like, I mean, being able to sack a fish in response to Inevitable Defeat or Jeskai Revelation is not awful. Oh man, this is... I'm gonna try and defend my queen. Hmm. 3 steps. Yeah, I mean, sucks, but you know, I'm still doing fine. I'm still doing fine. They are tapped low. I've now got maps. I love this. I love this position. This first video back might literally just be this match and nothing else. Yeah. Alright, let's map. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. I think ditch that. They've managed to get up a good amount of mana. Well, I will happily look at a Meringue River region. Kind of a waste, I guess, in that context, but well, what's any lose? There's an argument there for turning on the Restless Anchorage while they're attack low, but I kind of want to leave up interaction. Like, I've also got the Tishanas as an attacker, draw cards. I think at this point my main goal is to just not overextend. Like, I have been given a gift at this point, and I need to take advantage of it while it lasts. I mean, if they can't answer what I got, then they're done. So, I think I'm gonna like the answer that they could have here is Firaga, inevitable defeat. So actually, I was gonna turn on the Restless Anchorage. So if they inevitable defeat, then they can gain life. But if they on the Restless Anchorage, but if they inevitable defeat on a token, I can sack the token, and then they don't gain the life. Everything else I have a counterspell for, so I think I just attack like this. I mean, they could have multiple spells, of course, but get lost. I think that's okay because I still have 4. I think I want to save as much fight over as possible for that. It does mean that you know what, I should have countered that other one. Gosh darn it, because I could have... Yeah, if I had countered that one, I could have won here. But I'm going to sacrifice, unfortunately, the big token. Yeah, no, that was a mistake. I should have countered the... there. If they had Jeskai Revelation, then I would have wanted to have as many options as possible. But oh, so I've got 7 mana available. I think I just as much as I want to run something out, I think I just pass and discard and get lost. Yeah, okay. I could have played that one better. That was a mistake. But I mean, I've still got so much action. As tempted as I am to make fish, I think I want to be able to respond to inevitable defeat the way I did just then, basically in perpetuity. So I'm going to instead just run out this Tishana's. Three steps ahead. I only have 3 mana open, so I don't have to worry about inevitable defeat or just Jeskai Revelation. I think I just try to play them in. And how much mana do I have? I have 4 mana. Okay, so I can't do both. Yeah. 3 steps or 3 steps. And then... Whoa! Okay. Fine. Alright. Well, yeah, no complaints there. I think I start by seeing if I can get this guy up there. He might be fast scooping. Oh. Can I get on him? Oh, lots of lands. Let's see, if I Elspeth, I can... Okay, I gotta tap it correctly. So then I can... Yes, then I can still turn on Restless Anchorage.
I light the path to victory.
Yes.
Strike from the heavens.
GG. I'll attack. Woo! We got there on a mole to 5. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Did not expect to win that, if I'm being completely honest. All right, folks. Normally, I would try to run multiple matches in a single video. But that game against four-color control was so much fun, and I think like was kind of a tour de force in things I did well and poorly, and like how to play from behind. That I'm going to go ahead and just, this video is just going to be that one match. I'm going to record some more, and maybe this won't be my only video on this deck, but considering that this is already probably about not an hour long, I don't know how much I expect you guys to watch. So anyway, as my hopefully triumphant return, I hope that this was a fun watch. I love this deck. Is it the best positioned in the VV meta? Maybe not. Does it get me enough wins and enough sort of, dopamine release that I like having it around? Absolutely. Any format where blue-white control is good is one that I can get behind. So happy to be back here on YouTube. Glad for you guys tuning in. And until next time, stay here on the Control Academy. Bye.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the